Good evening. I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Our top story, Florida once again the center of the presidential race.
Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump making another campaign stop in Tampa, trying to gain momentum. Speaking to supporters at a rally at the Florida State Fairgrounds this afternoon, Trump mainly focusing on his Democratic rival Hillary Clinton. The Clinton Foundation is under attack by Donald Trump and his surrogates, accusing the foundation of being a corrupt institution. Trump is calling for a special prosecutor to investigate the foundation and says Hillary Clinton engaged in, quote, criminality for connections between the family's organization donors and her actions as Secretary of State.
Her actions are criminal, they're purposeful, and they're totally calculated. She knew what she was doing. That's why I've called for a special prosecutor to look into this.
Bill Clinton set up the public charity after his presidency in 2001 with the idea of bringing government, businesses, and social groups together to tackle big problems. But the chief strategist of the Clinton campaign maintains that the AP report on the donations relied on flawed data. And just moments before Donald Trump took the stage at the Florida State Fairgrounds, ABC 7's Alan Cohn talked to him one-on-one about the Clinton Foundation issue, along with a variety of issues that affect the Suncoast.
Yes, he asked him about everything from the Zika outbreak to minority voters and about terrorism. Alan joins us now live from Tampa with more on what the Republican presidential nominee had to say. Alan?
Scott, the reality is Donald Trump has done very few interviews over the last two weeks to avoid some of the gaffes that have proved costly to him in the polls. But make no mistake about it, Florida, the Tampa Bay area, Sarasota is crucial for him if he wants to win this campaign. So he talked to us today, and we started on the subject of Zika.
Let me ask you about something that's really in the news around here. Zika, 42 cases throughout the state, the latest just a few miles away from here. The president has asked $1.9 billion in Zika funding. Marco Rubio, many Republicans in Congress from Florida want that. But Paul Ryan has not had a vote on that $1.9 billion. It's becoming a health crisis here. Would you be willing to call Speaker Ryan and saying, come back from break, vote on this now because Florida's in crisis? It might be, as you would say, huge.
Well, it is very important. And your governor, by the way, Rick Scott's doing an incredible job. He is out there working 24 hours a day, 28 hours a day, frankly. I've never seen anything like it. He just doesn't stop. And it's a very tough fight because nobody really knows where it's coming from, as you understand, and nobody knows if anything works. But he's out there fighting, and I think he's making the situation a lot better than it would have been otherwise.
Congress hasn't done it.
No, we have to do that, and we have to allocate a lot of money and a lot of funds coming to Florida and to other places to fight it. And I would certainly be willing to get involved. If I were president, I can guarantee you it would be a lot different.
Call Speaker Ryan.
I will do that. Yeah, I have no problem with doing that.
Coming up at 6, we will talk to Donald Trump about his calls for a special prosecutor in the Clinton Foundation case. And of course, you could see our complete interview with Donald Trump coming up on ABC 7 at 7. Reporting live in Tampa, Alan Cohn, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Alan. While Trump is focusing on voters in Florida, his vice presidential nominee is tackling another battleground state. Mike Pence spending the day in North Carolina, touring 2 manufacturing plants and talking about the economy. Pence is blaming both the Democrats and Republicans for the decline of manufacturing in the U.S. Pence says the country has been neither smart nor tough in defending U.S. jobs from international trade. On the Democratic side, VP candidate Tim Kaine will also make a stop in Florida later this week. Kaine will hold a voter registration drive in Tallahassee on Friday and then head to South Florida.
Another big story we're following today, the busy tropics. We're closely watching a tropical disturbance in the Caribbean near Puerto Rico that could affect Florida this weekend or early next week. The storm is currently known as Invest 99L. It could strengthen into a tropical storm and would be named Hermine. Now, since no hurricanes have hit the state in more than a decade, there's a growing concern that many Floridians are not ready if a storm does come this way. All Floridians, though, need to have a plan in place.
They want to be just kind of updating themselves on their any evacuation plans, if they're in evacuation zones, that kind of thing. They want to check their hurricane kits, make sure those are well stocked, and just have, check your plan, make sure that you're ready to move if you need to take action.
Florida has not been impacted by a hurricane since Wilma made landfall in Collier County during the record-setting 2005 season. Remember, there were 27 named storms that year.
So what impact could this tropical disturbance have on the Sun Coast? We're all wondering that, of course.
Yeah, ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now with the latest. Bob?
Well, I got to tell you something. Something you left out of that story that you were just doing right there is the fact that this is the anniversary of only 1 out of 3 Category 5 hurricanes that hit the United States. It was Hurricane Andrew in 1992. This is not going to be anything like a Hurricane Andrew, but there's a good chance that it will become a tropical storm. The reconnaissance aircraft investigating this area earlier today did not find a closed circulation. It has to find a closed low in order to classify it as a tropical depression or even a tropical storm. Now, it did find stronger than tropical storm force winds north and east of the center. As I put the map into motion here in the visible satellite imagery, you can see this low-level swirl right here. It starts off and moves off to the northwest right there, just north of San Juan, Puerto Rico, and it's void of any deep convection or thunderstorms at this point. The strong winds were felt with this line right there, well to the northeast of the center. But we are starting to notice some deep convection to the northeast of San Juan. We dial into the San Juan, Puerto Rico radar as well, and you can see some heavier storms starting to develop on the northeast edge of that, and it is moving off to the north there, and some wraparound is occurring. As far as the latest goes for us, some showers are around, but most of that activity down into Charlotte County right now. Other storms may approach later on this evening, but for the time being, Manatee and Sarasota counties fairly quiet right now. We'll have more in our forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
ABC 7 will make sure you stay informed around the clock when severe weather develops, and if you haven't already, now is a good time to refresh your hurricane preparedness plan. You can watch our hurricane special on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. There's also a link on our website at mysuncoast.com. You can also sign up for weather notifications by downloading the My Suncoast Weather app.
Bradenton police are questioning a man about the death of an infant. 21-year-old Eric Neary turned himself into Bradenton police this morning. Investigators believe he could be linked to the death of a 10-month-old child. He also has active warrants for child abuse and child neglect with great harm for a 3-year-old child he was also taking care of. Police were called to Manatee Memorial Hospital yesterday after reports of a dead child. They learned that the baby was last seen with Neary, who was babysitting this baby and a 3-year-old child.
The debate between Siesta Key and Lido Key over dredging at Big Pass continues to heat up. Lido wants the dredging, Siesta does not. Sarasota County commissioners voting for a more involved study which could halt the project for a long time. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us now live from Lido Beach with the latest tonight. Rick?
Yes, Scott, most folks agree the erosion here on Lido really needs to be taken care of. The big question is, where will the sand come from?
People who live on Lido Key say dredging from Big Pass is the answer to their beach erosion problems. Folks on Siesta Key say not so fast. Sarasota County commissioners have decided to ask the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to take another in-depth environmental study before the beach renourishment on Lido could move ahead, meaning the project could now be delayed for years. Mark Smith, vice president of the Siesta Key Village Association, says that any dredging at Big Pass would likely have some serious effects on Siesta Beach.
You don't know the effects. You don't know the effects on the water quality, the seagrasses, marine life, and so an environmental impact statement is the prudent thing to do.
At the moment, this debate over dredging at Big Pass does appear to be an uphill battle for folks who live on Lido Key. It's a battle they say they will continue to fight.
As part of this project, 1.2 million cubic yards of sand would be dredged from several areas in Big Pass, which is right between Lido and Siesta. This would help rebuild more than 1.5 miles of Lido's beaches. Members of the Lido Key Residents Association want their voices to be heard on why dredging from Big Pass is the right way to go. They tell us they are very disappointed with the commissioner's latest decision.
It's for the good of everybody. I mean, it needs to be done. And we're not against Siesta Key, but we're not getting a fair shake at this.
Schofstall and others say Lido Beach is slipping into the Gulf, and if something isn't done soon, it can be catastrophic, especially if a hurricane strikes. Siesta Key supporters are pushing for folks on Lido to have their dredging done offshore instead of Big Pass.
And at this time, it's not yet known when Sarasota County will hear from the Army Corps of Engineers. Reporting live from Lido Beach, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the race to find survivors. Search crews in Italy move carefully through the rubble after a deadly earthquake rocked the central part of the country.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast and an update on the tropics. Plus, how your state of mind affects your health, how feeling old can hurt you in Health Smart.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease a new 2016 Lexus ES350 for only $329, or enjoy 0.9% APR, just $329, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
The official salon of ABC 7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease the bold new 2016 Lexus RX 350 for only $419, or enjoy 1.9% APR, just $419, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Active search and rescues are continuing in Italy at this hour after a deadly earthquake killed more than 100 people. The priority for first responders to rescue those who may still be alive. Firefighters are asking everyone in that area to be quiet so that they can hear the cries of those who may be trapped. ABC's Ray Ramundi has the latest.
As the sun sets in central Italy, the desperate search for survivors continues into the night. As first responders continue to pull people from underneath tons of rubble, the gut-wrenching images of those who perished, covered in blankets, children among the dead. This image capturing a nun sitting in front of one of those bodies. Sister Mariana describes her daring escape.
I tried to hide myself underneath the bed, and then I went outside to ask help, but no one heard me.
The town of Amatrice, one of the hardest hit. Buildings which towered high above this hilltop town now disintegrated. Chunks of rock and concrete scattered everywhere.
There's nothing left standing. I'm so sorry for so many people that are under the rubble. They are people I love.
The 6.2 magnitude earthquake violently erupting in the middle of the night. More than 150 aftershocks and tremors felt along the length of the country. Pope Francis now asking for the world's prayers. This clock tower, the only iconic structure left standing in the town of Americhe. These before and after shots shows just how much this town changed in a matter of seconds. The State Department is urging Americans in the quake area to call the embassy and to contact family members any way they can, including social media outlets. Ray Raimondi, ABC News, New York.
Terrible to see that video.
Yeah, you know help is on the way and probably already there in many ways, but our thoughts with them for sure.
Yes, and you know, we were talking about the tropics obviously earlier, and I'll remind people to download our app, our ABC7 News app and Weather app. And you can actually, and it's really a nice device that you can turn on the tropical layer and follow the storm as if it develops. You know, it hasn't developed yet, so it actually gives you the times and where the storm is going to be. So you don't have to wait for me or John or anyone else. You can actually get it really quickly on your phone if you're out and about and you can't watch TV.
And then you get all the notifications that affect us here.
Absolutely, push notifications too. So you want to download that? Just go to your app store and look and search for WWSB My Suncoast Weather, and you should be able to find it there. If you have any problems, just go ahead and email us. We'll get it for you. As far as the Titan radar picture goes, some showers and storms, not as many today and not as strong. They're pushing to the southwest, and looks like that sea breeze never really got going because the winds have been rather strong. We mentioned the high wind advisory for the Sunshine Skyway Bridge earlier, and the storms are now moving through Rotunda and also Placida, heading off into the Gulf of Mexico. There's other showers that were around in the Polk County have really weakened, but they too could fire up again in the next hour or so into Manatee and Sarasota counties. But for the time being, pretty quiet out there with the exception of Charlotte County and even into South Sarasota County near Englewood, some rainfall there. Northport, you're looking pretty good right now, and the storms producing quite a bit of lightning near Rotunda and State Road 776. Currently at the airport, we have some high clouds around, but the temperature at 90, the dew point 74, winds are out of the east at 16, the pressure 30.03 inches, and the temperature is a little bit hotter to the north into Tallahassee, but because of the increased cloud cover today, no record highs. 90 degrees at Sarasota, 88 Miami, and 86 in Key West. And temperatures around the area a bit cooler where the breezes have moved through and the rain cooled air in places like Sebring, Lake Placid, and Avon Park, all in the low 80s there. Still 90 in Sarasota, Cortez at 91, Braden, you're at 89. The Gulf temperature 87 degrees, same as Englewood and also Northport, 87 degrees now. Well, high pressure is still slowly working its way off to the east, and this high pressure ridge and into the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere as well will eventually dictate where this tropical system, whatever it may be, moves in the future. And indications are that it may settle a little bit further off to the east of the state, and that would push it more toward Florida. Gaston is still a tropical storm being sheared apart a bit, but is expected to get into a more favorable environment down the road, but that'll only be a problem for shipping interests. This is the disturbance we're looking at with the deep convection well south of the actual center. And that's what's been happening today. It's poorly organized. A reconnaissance aircraft indicating that this is a mid-level circulation right here and the low-level circulation right about here, and it's going to be moving into a hostile environment for the next, say, 24 to 36 hours. And then once it gets in this location, it'll have a chance to develop into a tropical depression or a storm. And then it's anyone's guess at that point. These models have been shifting all different directions as of late, and we'll still just watch it. Right now, it looks like it's got a bullseye for Florida somewhere, either the east coast, the central portion of the state, southeast, and also the western portion of the state of Florida in terms of the east portion of the Gulf of Mexico. So we'll watch it closely. Right now, that's all you can do. Really, as far as weather conditions go with the system, it's a little bit too early to tell. But the dry air that had been around it is slowly eroding. And so it's going to get into a moist environment, as I said, in about a day and a half or so. And we'll start to see a little bit better chance for this thing to develop in time. So some storms still continuing this evening. Otherwise, expect partly cloudy skies and the rain chance at about 30% this evening. Moderate shot for boaters and seas running right around 2 feet. Northeast winds will start off breezy tomorrow and subside somewhat in the afternoon for boaters, anywhere from 5 to 10 knots. We'll be watching the tropics closely. Right now, again, the timing appears, if it were to have an impact on us, would be late Sunday through Monday and possibly even into Tuesday. Back to you, Scott.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No crashes to report, but there is a wind advisory for the Sunshine Skyway Bridge right now. So drivers using the span over Tampa Bay should be extra cautious for the next couple of hours. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, an unexpected population may be suffering from traumatic brain injuries, often experienced by athletes and war veterans. Domestic violence victims. Experts believe many cases go undetected and untreated, making these victims vulnerable to problems with their thinking, mood, and behavior. Data suggests that domestic assaults may cause traumatic brain injuries in at least 60% of survivors. TBI includes concussions and doesn't always cause loss of consciousness or damage that can even be detected on imaging scans. Symptoms may not occur immediately, but can develop over time, making it difficult to link them with previous abuse. Researchers say healthy living and a passion for life can take you far. A new study shows the older seniors feel relative to their actual age, the greater their odds of cognitive decline in the coming years. Among nearly 6,000 seniors followed for 2 to 4 years, those who felt older than their years at the start were 18% more likely to develop cognitive impairment and 29% more likely to develop full-blown dementia compared with their peers who felt younger. Study participants who were depressed and did not exercise were more likely to rate themselves as feeling older at the outset. So think positive and stay active. It's okay and maybe even helpful to feel down and out sometimes. In a movement that some experts are calling the second wave of positive psychology, many psychologists are recognizing that negative feelings, the ones that make us feel uncomfortable or unhappy, may sometimes be good for us. If we pay attention to them, they can help us identify what is wrong in our life and motivate us to make a change. Research even shows people who have negative thoughts, along with positive ones as well, are healthier. Coming up, a natural wonder that could break a record where this enormous pearl was found. Wow. Plus, a very close call for one lucky seal, how this little guy managed to dodge some hungry whales when we come back.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
And track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour selection of quality new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade-in.
Seymour savings.
Step up to GMC and get cash back for up to 12% of the MSRP on these select 2016 GMC vehicles. That's over $9,300 cash back on this Yukon.
Seymour now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
So, you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So, pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree?
Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. And all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. Independence U, for an independent you.
1-800-350-9872.
Temperatures are rising, and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get the all-new Chrysler Pacifica for just $26,999 and get an additional $1,000 off with a trade-in. Hurry! Time is running out to get the new Dodge Journey for just $15,999. And right now, get up to $10,000 off a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
A very close call for a lucky seal in British Columbia.
The seal managed somehow to make a great escape. Watch this. The animal jumped onto a boat of whale watchers trying to get away from a pod of hungry killer whales. The orcas circled the boat for at least 30 minutes before finally moving on. But for safety and good reason, the seal stayed put on the boat. The boaters nicknamed him Gerald, after the famous sea lion from Finding Dory. After a little rest, Gerald made its way back to the water after this whale of a tale. Meanwhile, in other sea news, a World War II aircraft carrier is in the spotlight. Scientists are using remotely operated vehicles to discover what's left of the USS Independence. The warship was heavily damaged during atomic tests in the South Pacific. It was deliberately sunk about 30 miles from San Francisco back in 1951. It now rests 2,600 feet underwater, but is still remarkably intact. It even has at least one Grumman Hellcat plane and anti-aircraft weaponry left on its deck.
We've seen lots of large diamonds lately, but this may be the largest pearl in the world. According to Filipino tourist experts, the pearl of Laozu weighs 75 pounds and is more than 2 feet long and a foot wide. It weighs 14 pounds and measures more than 9 inches in diameter. But gemologists still need to verify that weight and value to give it the world title. The pearl was discovered inside a giant clam, and that must have been quite a giant clam in the Philippines. The fisherman who found it has been keeping it under his bed for the past 10 months.
Lumpy.
Very lumpy, yeah. Switzerland's postal service is going high-tech. It plans to start testing a small fleet of robots next month in 3 cities. The robots travel on sidewalks and are designed to avoid obstacles like people, animals, and cars. During the test, the robots will deliver dummy packages, but eventually they'll be used to deliver food and medicine. Britain and Germany are already trying them out. The robots will also be tested in Washington, D.C. this fall.
Drones, robots.
I was going to say, it's kind of like the Amazon drone thing.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
The future.
Yeah. Still to come on your Suncoast News, making way for a new hotel in Longboat Key.
What some business owners are doing to make sure residents understand the referendum before Election Day. That story is next.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Welcome back, 2 of my favorite guests, Cash 3 and Play 4.
Surprise! We're Pick 3 and Pick 4 now.
Whoa!
But we still play exactly the same. We just got a fresh new look.
Speaking of surprises, I have one for you. Say hello to Pick 2 and Pick 5!
Introducing the complete Pick family of games.
We're family now.
The new Pick 2 and Pick 5 have joined Pick 3 and Pick 4 to give you more choices in your daily gameplay. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Do you have what it takes to become a champion? The Sarasota YMCA Sharks swim team has been developing champions since 1961. Fall swim team tryouts for kids ages 6 through 18 are being held August 15th through the 18th and August 22nd to the 25th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Tryouts are held at the Evelyn Sadler Jones branch, YMCA's Selby Aquatic Center. For more information, visit sarasotaymca.org/sharks.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before.
And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. You started there right out of high school, learned your trade and did it well. And the asbestos you handled, well, that was just part of the job. If you worked in the trades and were diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available, then call us. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court.
Call 800-236-4994
and see how we can help. Mesothelioma, don't fight it alone.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ for only $299 per month, or a 2016 Lincoln MKX, Lincoln's premium sports utility vehicle, for $339 per month. We also have a great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Drive with the confidence of a 6-year, 100,000-mile comprehensive warranty and complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, family owned and operated, and winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.